You're right, Stephen. Yeah, don't worry about missing live earlier. You know, I don't mind. Heavy. Like you won't believe. Everything that came out at that place weighed a ton. And I think me and Roger probably got about a ton out. So you're gonna want to watch that one because everything was old and everything was like history. So yeah, I'm hurting now already, and I'm sure Roger will agree. Yeah, all right, Lindsay. I've seen your title of your video. Yeah, right, Roger. Yeah, I've seen your title of your video. Tin ribs. Where's that video from? Oh, I'll go back and watch it. I do go back and watch them during week when I get a chance. So I'll have to have a look. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on and do a live instead because I don't have a video out. Obviously, Roger and Lindsay had some bits they had to deal with last week, so we weren't out for long. Rotherham, yeah, right, yeah, I remember that one. So yeah, we didn't have much of a video, so I thought I'd just come on and do a bit of a catch up of today. Yeah, which, like I say, were really heavy and everything were old, and it's just broken me. I'm sure Roger will agree. We had some really cool stuff though. Yeah, Sean. Yeah, Shez. I can't remember if I said earlier. Is it Shez or is it Shez or which one or two? Yeah, Claire. But yeah, I thought we'd just pop on, chill out for a bit. Finally use my MacBook for once. And actually get some use out of it because I don't use it. It sits in its older all the time. So only if I'm out and about and I need to edit videos, I use it. But yeah, like I said, I just thought I'd come on and see how everyone's been today. Yeah, Graham. All right, yeah, that's easier. Cheryl. There you go. I'm terrible with names. I used to tell everyone at work that because we had like 50 people I worked with, used to have to manage, and like I was just horrific with names. So unless they were memorable, it's going to sound really bad, but unless they was memorable or they did something daft, I'd struggle to remember the name. Got there in end, but once got told off for asking if I could give them numbers. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Every time he stood on that railing, like my heart sank. I just had images of him just flopping in and like, no, way too high. Way too high with that. But we've got one thing to clean up. Yeah, James. Yeah, we've got one thing to clean up, and that's going to take some time. Isn't it, Sean? So, but hopefully it'll look pretty good. And that's something I'm going to start doing over the summer is actually cleaning some of my finds that I found over winter. I don't really get much time between work and doing this. So yeah, I'm gonna try and clean them all up. We've still got the anchor to clean up, I know that. Cannonball's all cleaned up, best it's going to be. And then that from today, which Roger's given me a couple of tips about. So yeah, I'm a what? I'm many things, Lindsay. You know this, you call me on a weekly basis. You cleaned yours in 24 hours? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. That's some graft, is that? But yeah, we'll get some cleaning videos out over the summer when weather's a bit better, if I'm not out on bike. But yeah, today, so pretty much for the first 3 hours, like when we got there, I turned around straight away and said, I'm fishing over there. And Roger turned around and said, well, you're not getting out best fine, so I'm coming with you. And I think every single throw for the first 3 hours just had something heavy on. And with that big 50-foot drop, like, it ruined you pretty quickly. But a lot of stuff we had to get both of us on to actually get it up and out. So I think we decided in the end, it wasn't just my find, or it wasn't just Roger's find. Like, we both found it all. Because I know for certain, if Roger hadn't been there, I wouldn't have been getting half of it out. Oh yeah, we got stuck the most. 100% we got stuck the most. But we didn't get stuck in terms of like under the rocks or anything like that. You got stuck on things. I think there was one bit that was like a crescent, and it was that heavy that like you just couldn't move it. I think it was an old drain pipe, but it must have been maybe like 2 foot wide. It was really heavy. But yeah, you got stuck on it, and then you struggled to get your magnet off. By the way, if you hear noise in the background, I've got my printer going. That keeps doing its thing. But me and Roger found a new way to get the magnets back when you got stuck on stuff. And you throw the other magnet in, and because you could see where it was, you throw the other magnet in and actually get them both latched together. And then, like, Roger was struggling to get his back. Yeah, Jim and Sigrid. Roger was struggling to get his back, but once he got both magnets together, they just fell off. Like, me and Reese actually was able to get Roger's magnet back after Roger's AI was putting some graft in. Yeah. Jason came and told me about that when you were moving it. Yeah, right, Terry. That when you were moving it, it were actually like halfway across the river. Yeah, it's Skies of Pink. Sorry, I don't know your proper name. Yeah, so he explained it were like halfway across, and when you were pulling it, you were getting bubbles right out there. But that just seems to be how that place is, and that's one of the reasons I wanted us to go there, because of how much we've got out on one side. Like, well, if that other side's even half as good, like, we're gonna have a really good day. And I think it was safe to say we all had a really good day. Yeah. To reminded Nigel to see if Gert's been in the chat. All right, yeah. Oh, Sean, you might be out next weekend. I'll have to get the bigger magnet out so that you're not poaching all my finds first. But no, it would be good to see you again, Sean. I feel like it's been too long. Yeah, I've been in when you first started magnet fishing. All right, yeah, you're not too far away then. Yeah, you're just down the road from me, actually. So, me and Jason's actually possibly found a place down in Kirkstall, on the river where you might be able to get to. That's not a bridge or anything, but it's quite near. I actually spoke to Roger about this today. If you remember a few years ago when Kirkstall all flooded, I think it was, and that excavator behind, you know this more specifically, but behind the View Cinema, when he got loose from up Kirkstall way and it came down river and took out that bridge, and then the pontoon carried on going down to the train station. There's a spot just near where it got free from that you might actually be able to fish on the river. They've kind of redone all the flood defences, so we'll have to have a look, me and Jason. I think we're going to pop down there one day and see what we can get. Might even have to do an Uber Eats run again. So, oh, yeah, all right, Andy. Claire, you guys weren't fishing today, were you? You had a road trip, if I'm right in saying. Yeah, because it took out that old bridge by where View Cinema is, the old one that used to be there round back. It actually took the entire bridge out, as much as it were an old bridge. That's a big bridge to take out. And the pontoon, yums. I thought you were winding me up. Something to do with, me getting breakfast and eating and it being yummy or something. I just completely thought you were winding me up. But yeah, that pontoon ended up going right down to the train station, and it's actually damaged quite a bit at bridge, all down there. So, because that's why they ended up closing the train station to see what kind of damage were there. But it were good today. We spoke to quite a lot of taxi drivers, the black and white cabs. So they're allowed to park where we were fishing. And we were speaking to quite a few of them. And it was quite nice because they'd go and do a job and then come back and see what else we'd pulled out and then disappear off, do a job and come back. And they were all really quite interested in it. Popped in to see a friend on his boat. Oh, nice. Yeah, Lindsay, because it's right up your street to wind me up. And I turned around to the guy and I was like, I know this is going to sound really daft, but do you have any yum-yums? And I expected him to look at me like I'm stupid. But you're actually like, oh no, we got some over there. I'll grab some. I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. I know what they are now. But yeah, I've got some big, I want to say they're like 30-litre boxes, really useful boxes that I've got. And when I come home, bits I want to keep, I shove in there. And I think I've got 2 boxes full now. So like I say, I'm going to clean them all up. Well, wishful thinking, but I'm going to try and clean them up at some point and actually go through what I've found over years. Because to start with, I never really kept anything. I just used to, just all went in scrap pile. And then as more interesting stuff were coming out, and obviously we got bigger magnets and progressed through that, I started keeping more and more because it actually interested me. I just interest me at the time, and then they get shoved in a box, and then I kind of forget. So, but yeah, it's one thing I can't do here is fill up the back garden with stuff. Caramel yum-yums. I feel like I've missed out on this. I've never heard of yum-yums. I mean, like I say, I know what they are now, but I was surprised though when I did go to Greg's. I always scan the app, and it popped up that I had a birthday treat because it was my birthday, nearly a month ago. And you get 30 days to collect it, so I got a donut, a chocolate donut, and it definitely filled a void. Definitely filled a void. Yeah, that's what I do, Claire. You put them there and then just forget about it. So I haven't got to give this a go. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like I'm a bit funny about going by myself, and I don't mind the actual fishing, but I find when you're by yourself, especially when you're doing videos, like I don't have anyone to talk to, or like I like it when there's a group of us because you kind of bounce off each other back and forth, and like if you get stuck, you've got help there. I've been out a few times. Like I take a big ratchet scrap with me, just because if I get stuck myself, like I say, it helps you pull them out. And I've had to use it a fair few times, and it's difficult. At least when you've got a few of you out, you can all jump on rope or whoever's stuck or whatever, and pull it out. Or if you're pulling something out heavy, then you can get a few magnets on it. Like I say, like today, the majority of stuff that were coming out, we probably needed 2 magnets on it, whether it was to stop it falling off or just to help lift. Like the last item I got out today, I couldn't have done that without Roger at all. And it wasn't even so much getting 2 magnets on it. because one magnet was stuck solid and it was never going to come off. It was just the weight, like when you've been pulling stuff out all day, and then when you've been pulling stuff out all day and you just get that last heavy item, it ruins you, absolutely ruins you. Yeah, like Magnet Man, Brett. Yeah, like Jess. Yeah, so yeah, it's teamwork, and like I say, it's one of the main reasons I go out with everyone is because I enjoy being around them. Like, it's somewhat an highlight of my week, and it's just nice to you know, you catch up with everyone and see how everyone's been, have a chat, and like if you ever watch any of my unedited videos, it's just us lot talking absolute rubbish most of the time, but it's a social thing, and you know, I enjoy it. I don't really go to pub or out like that much anymore at all. So that's my social time, is Sundays. And like I say, I get to see everyone. And then we all have a bit of banter. And, you know, no one goes too far. Or if you can't have a laugh, then well, what are you doing? But yeah, like Lindsay says, if you want to pop out, add us on Facebook. I've got Magnet Man account on Facebook, or even just drop us a message on the on one of the videos sometime. And you know, if we're around here or like that, we'll drop you a message. You know, you're more than welcome to come out with us, and then you get to see half the rubbish we talk about, because we really do talk about some absolute bollocks. Yeah, not in Leeds though. At Leeds Station, because we don't want to break them. But yeah, it's next week's video is going to be from today, and we're looking earlier. Let's have a quick look. I think I've got about 3 hours of footage to go through. Yeah, exactly as Lindsay says. Yeah, I know, Jess. I find it weird anyway. You know what I'm like. It's like when I'm doing my outros, because I know it's always focused on me. You still get nervous over it. And Nigel's just as bad when you're out with him, because he'll be doing his lives and he comes and just sticks a camera in your face, and then, you know, that's not too bad, but he'll be there and he's like, "Oh, I've got 3,000 people on," and it's like, "Oh, what do I say? What do I do?" I don't know how he does it. But yeah, I think we got 3.5 hours worth of footage, so that's going to take me a while to get edited. Might even do it into 2 videos. So, but yeah, I said earlier on my live, a couple of things are moving around at work. So what we might end up doing is, basically, I've got to work 1 out of 3 Sundays, which means I won't be able to come out one at weeks. So I'll probably end up doing a live instead. Probably keep it at like once a month, and then, I mean, to be fair, if we do all right with that, we might end up doing 1 a week and moving my video instead. But we'll see how it goes. Just got to see what goes on. So I'm just having a look at how much footage I got from today, because it was just silly. Why won't that delete? Oh, idiot! I'm using the wrong keyboard. I was using the wrong mouse earlier. Yeah, it's like that. We do kind of wind each other up, but it's, you know, none of it's malicious or anything like that. Like, we're not them kind of people. It's, you're just having a laugh with each other. Yeah, you're not there to be I call it character building, but it's within reason. There we go. Let's get that on there. Let's see where we're at. So we have, and this is just from today alone. Yeah, 3 hours of footage. Oh, Jace, don't. So, everyone knows I don't like crayfish or creepy crawlies or bugs or spiders or anything like that. That is not my thing at all. And don't even apologise, Jace. It was funny. And I'd pulled, it was basically like a big cast iron pipe, like drain pipe. And one way, it comes down as one and then it splits off into two. And I'd picked it up to show the camera as you do. And I'd already been a bit cautious because I hadn't looked in it. We've had eels out of there, we've had crayfish out of there, stuff like that. And it's not for me. And I picked it up, had my hands in it, and I'm like, oh, look, we got this. Yeah. And Roger's there going, oh, no eels yet. Like, I don't think there's any eels in it or anything like that. And Jason goes, were it Jason? Jason, were it you or Roger? Well, one of them turned around and went, oh, no, there's just a crayfish in there. And my brain couldn't work fast enough, and I just went, and dropped it. Yeah, oh, Roger, that said it. And my brain couldn't move fast enough to work out where I needed to drop it. Just like I needed to drop it. And I didn't want to drop it on my toes. Yeah. I'm direct on camera. So that'll definitely be in the video because you've got to laugh at yourself as well. So Magnet Man, I use my phone for it. So I don't really go through that many batteries, but I do have to borrow Lindsay's battery pack pretty much every week because if I'm driving there, I use it for my sat nav. So normally I get there and it might be 70-80% already, and then you're fishing all day and it kills it, and then you do a live, and usually by that point it's already at 20%. So for the second half of the day, I've got to borrow Lindsay's battery pack. I did have one myself and then took it out most of the time during January, I think it was, and it got wet. I mean, here it is. I've had it years. It got a bit wet, and now the USB-C bit on it doesn't charge my phone, so I have to borrow everyone else's. Oh, God, no. I don't mind eels too much, but it's when they come out and they're like, try and attack you. We'll ring Gainsborough. I felt about laughing. Yeah, fair enough. It is payback for the shopping trolley. But we didn't even know that were there. We were going off our last time we were there. But yeah, I had it in Gainsborough. I pulled a pipe out. There were loads of eels in there. And I pulled a pipe out and I'm like, oh, let's check for eels. Went like that, and literally one plopped out. Well, funnily enough, I didn't find another one that day. Ah, Christ. I can't. No. I fully thought there were going to be a crayfish come for me. But yeah, we've had fish jumping out of a piece of pipe I had back at train station. I had to nudge back in water. That just came out, just went flip. Oh, God. And then we were in, I want to say it was Sheffield. I think it was Sheffield behind, we're near one of Arenas. Or maybe near Meadowhall, something like that. And I pulled Magnet up, and there was my Magnet, a crayfish, and then like a metal bar. And I picked it up, went to pull metal bar off, and the thing moved. I just went, ugh. Yep, that's the one, Tingley. Yeah. Oh, that's not a bad shout, Stephen. I'll have to try that. I don't think it's too bad, but I also don't think it's too good. But we'll try that. Yeah, you did, Roger. That went to the fire gods, from what I heard. I mean, it wasn't like it was going to come back, was it? But I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's jumped out at me. Oh, Jess, the best one was Sean, though, with that fish. When he put it through gazebo. I still can't believe you didn't see. Still can't believe you didn't see me videoing. Oh yeah, spiders. Yep, yeah, there were spiders. That were down that way as well, Sheffield. There were just spiders everywhere, so they put them in my boots. And then I pulled a, I think it was a metal bar, and it went through some like bushes on the side. I'm catching a bit, Jess. It went through a bit of bush on the side, and there was just this massive spider that came out with it, and like it were ready to pounce. Yeah, no worries, Jess. Yeah, we've had bits stuck to my bike. It was a pink one, wasn't it, as well? I seem to remember. Not the one Lindsay played helicopter with. Yeah, I can't do spiders. They're just anything with more than 4 legs. If it's got more than 4 legs, it's not for me. Not for me at all. As far as I'm concerned, they're going to eat me alive. Or it's Selby. I can't remember half of these places. You've got a better memory than me. Well, like I tell you every week, tell me where we're going and I'll be there. I'll just follow SatNav. So, but yeah, I definitely think we'll be and Summers Marina. Definitely think we'll be going back to that spot from today at some point, but hopefully not next week. I need a week off to recover. Yeah, snakes don't have any legs. Paul and I will do it today. Yeah, snakes don't have any legs. It's easy. You just make sure you get the slow ones. Although I found out once, if you put a snake in, not in the bath, right? Snakes need to shed. And if they get stuck shed on them, you can put them in like a really shallow bath to help get the shed off. They can move in water. They can certainly move in water. I think they're more built for swimming than being on land. Oh, that's stuck. There we go. No, still stuck. No, there we go. There we go. Printer. How we called creatures? Squirrels. What? I don't remember that. You'd have loved it today, Terry. Because we had Lindsay, Jason, and Reese over on one side, and then me and Roger over on other. And all them three are seeing is us two struggling every single throw, getting stuff up. And then when Roger got stuck, that's I still don't get what it was you were on, because the water were quite shallow at some points. You could see the magnet, like, just sat there, and it looked like it were on top of a rock, except it wasn't a rock. Sign language. So there were a few signs, I think, from when we each one of us pulled bits and bobs out. Yeah, I think Jason and Reese came over and helped us at some points. But like I say, we just, the magnets are that strong, and it was stuck on something that is possible were like 1 inch, 2 inch thick steel. So you were just fighting against like the actual strength of magnets, and it wouldn't slide across either. Wouldn't surprise me if it were a crane. But I think if the water actually gets a bit lower, because it was like an average like height today. If the water actually gets a bit lower, then you'll be able to see a lot more in water, and you know, maybe see what it is we're getting stuck on. Yeah, we went river today, Terry. Yeah, he did, Roger. He kept asking him if they got a tow bar to help. To be fair, I think some at times, I think even a car would have struggled. Oh, nice. Oh, I've never broke any rope. I don't know what anyone means. Oh, nice. Free. I saw that. I think you mentioned it on Summit that you had a couple of safes out. It might have been Nigel's live on Friday. I think you mentioned you had a few safes out. Oh no. Did you get magnet back at least? Or it made it free? Oh, nice. Nice. I hadn't had a safe out for ages. I don't even think I'd one at Little Didley safes out for a while. Oh, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. At least, like you say, you can just retie it and then keep going. I've got some new rope coming this week or next week. And just a refresh at rope. Obviously, after a while with rocks and everything, it starts to get a bit degraded. Yeah. Yeah, I do that with a concrete post when you're trying to break the concrete off and it just completely cuts your rope. So, except I ended up with about 4 foot of rope left. Yeah, Claire, that's pretty much like today. We've got there's more stuff to come out of there. It's just you've got to work at it. Like by end of day, you'd get on things, and it one of those to put a bit of pressure on it, and then a bit more, and then a bit more, and it slowly came up. But there's a lot of rocks and stuff hidden under rocks as well. So, no, Nigel's fault then. It's always Nigel's fault. But yeah, it was a good day. It was a really good day. And not just because I got fined at day, but it was just a good day in general. Like when you pick a spot, you want to make sure that there's actually stuff coming out, and it was certain that was today. We're gonna get in some rope. I need a climbing rope. You think climbing rope's too springy? If it's the same rope as what we use, I don't think it's got any spring to it. 2 ton. Can't remember what mine is. 14. I think it's about 2.3. Oh, different rope. Right. Well, yeah, Jason, have a look at some of that stuff I use. I think it's about 25 quid, and you can get like 25 meters of rope, like 12 mil, might be 25, 30. 30 quid. Oh, nice. See, I told you, Roger. The only problem, like you were saying, with that rope is it does hold on to water. Like I've gone before to get magnet out week after, and it's still drenched. Ooh, not good. I've got a blister on my finger. I don't know if you can see close that bit there. I had a blister today, and it popped while we were pulling stuff up. Got the blister from the rope, and obviously got gloves on, and it actually burst while we were pulling stuff up because it was that heavy. Oh man up! Ooh. I remember that next time you stuck, Lindsay, and you asked for Tin Ridge's help. Is yours 30 meters? Oh, yours is bigger than 12 mil, innit? Yeah. funny you say that. Yeah. That week my rope got cut. I'd put a message in group chat night before saying, "Oh, I found some old rope. You know, if anyone needs to use any, I'll bring it with me. You know, it's there." And it was me that ended up needing it. So, but yeah, I definitely need a. Yeah, I've got multiple spare ropes now. So, all right, I've just got your email. So I'll reply back to you in a bit after here. But yeah, it would definitely needed all of us today, because it's just like you say, it's the bits you were getting stuck on. You needed the work. Chase, would you have been able to pull the shopping trolley out by yourself? That's a second trolley from that spot as well. Although with the amount of the other things that were coming out, I think you'd have needed 2 trolleys for it all, wouldn't you? But yeah, really good day today. And we've got a few places we want to go back to, haven't we, Lindsay? No, it stunk. Yeah, Jason did find them both. Yeah, no worries, Terry. I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, we've got a few places to go back to. There's one we went to at start of year, which I think you mentioned you wanted to go back to at some point as well. I think that'd be good. That'd be good. But one of the things I did want to show on here. So I got when we started doing. There we go. When we started doing the coins, or the coins thing, I printed that to put all my coins into, and it unscrews. There we go. You can put all your coins in. And after about 4 or 5 weeks, I filled it. And I was like, oh dear, that's not good. So I did some searching and I found a bigger one. Ta-da! And this one has a slot on the top. And it unscrews. And the good thing to it is, when I can unscrew it, you can stack it. There we go. They're all coins just in there. So you can stack it. So there we go. If this gets full, I can print another one to go on top, and it goes even bigger. But there's already a fair amount in this. There we go. So yeah, there's already a fair amount. You can just see there. Some coins in it are new that I found just dotted around, and some coins are obviously out of the water. Just tighten this back up. So that's my target, to fill this. But we are at, let me have a proper look, not including today, we are at, as of the 15th of March, I don't think we got any coins on 15th, no. We are at £29.36 already. So my target of getting £1 a week, let me have a look on here, £1 a week, we should be at roughly. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we should be at about £12. So we're £17 over already, which is good, because it does mean if we do get some of these weeks, Catch you in a bit, Jace. Yeah, if we do get some of these weeks where we don't really get much out, then the other weeks make up for it. Yeah, well, Claire, at one point, I was going to have to bag a load of them up and go and swap them. So I load up pennies and swap them for pounds. And I thought I'd be better off just printing them like that. And then end of year, I'll bag them all up, swap them for pounds or, you know, notes or whatever. And I can just make a straight donation that way, because I'd rather not. Well, I wouldn't be able to, obviously. But I don't want to be taking a load of coins to wherever it is it's getting donated to. Just because it's not fair on them. Like, you know. So yeah, so we will get them all properly cleaned up. I have given them a good wash, so most of the rubbish is off of them. But I am going to try and give them a proper clean up, just so that they're nice and tidy. And then I'll go and get them swapped. And like I say, end of year we'll count it all up and we'll make the donation. But like I say, £52 a target. I do think we'll get more than that. But like I say, it's all just coins that have gone in scrap. So why not have somebody benefit from it? And, you know, don't get me wrong, we all want more money ourselves, but I don't need it. So, you know, it feels a bit selfish if I were to keep it. So I mean, Coke, I did think about that, but I hadn't looked in enough to how good it is. I heard white vinegar as well, but I think that's a bit corrosive. I think that's a bit too far. And also it stinks, does white vinegar. Anyone who's ever cleaned anything up in white vinegar, it stinks. Yeah, no worries, Claire. I'll see you in about 20 minutes. My mum used to work in a bank. She disagreed. But she did say take them in post office, apparently is quite good for them. So take them, don't take all of them at the same time, but take like maybe a £5 and go and get it swapped over that way. At least that way, then, you know, I'm not coming back and the tub's nearly empty. Because when it's full, you feel like you've done something. But when it's empty, it's like you have got a lot there, but it doesn't feel like it. So it's moving up again. But yeah, it's going pretty good. Oh, okay. I'll have to have a look at that and see how that goes. Because I would like them to be a bit cleaner, but I don't want to damage them as well. Because there's been quite a few coins that have like rotten too far to where you can't even work out what they are. So I have had to bin them. But you know, the cleaner I can get them, the better. I think Asda's got a sorting machine as well where you can just dump them in. But that's another one. If there's anything in there that's a bit rubbish, I think it messes around with it. So I don't want to do that. But yeah, I think we're going to call this a night now. You could have borrowed. I can't read. Could have borrowed a coin tumbler, but it's packed. Oh well. Like I say, there's many ways we can get it sorted, but we'll just see how it goes for now. But yeah, we're probably going to call this now anyway. Roger and Lindsay's video is out in a quarter of an hour, so hopefully you're all on for that. And like I say, if I can't get out because of work and stuff, then we'll probably do some more of these and see how it goes. Maybe do them at least for now, probably once a month, and then after that we'll just see what happens. But yeah, like I say, Roger's video's out in a quarter of an hour, so hopefully I see you all on there, and we should have a video out next week. But that's going to be it, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye guys.